to alltalk, the Geekbox Community Forum podcast. I said that wrong. The Geekbox Forums Community podcast. We are continuing our end of year deliberation things. Part 1 was games. Let's just reintroduce ourselves real quick. I'm Dakazu from the forums.
I'm apant1.
I'm Dark Fox 8.
Jojo.
That's Kenzo.
Mr. X. Mr. X.
Mrs. Terra.
Hello, my name is Totoro.
Best impression of the year right there.
Was that a Totoro doing a Totoro impression?
Of our Fox.
Meta.
Doing his impression of Apant?
So that was Totoro doing an impression of Darfox trying to be Totoro.
Meta.
It's impressionception. Imperception.
Imperception.
Something
That's
like
not
that.
a thing.
I hope you enjoyed our part 1 where we talked nothing but games. I actually forgot to read off some of Kevin's games, so I'm going to read them off now. He said his most disappointing game of 2012 was The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
And
What?
specifically, the reason was because I guess he played on PS3 and it just ran like shit. Nothing should run that horribly, although it was still good.
It
So
does like shit.
But it's not really something that needs to run well.
I don't know. He's called it his most disappointing.
It is weird. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I want to ask him about. Said he's glad he missed Dishonored. It's weird.
Why?
Dishonored looks stupid. Me and Kevin are in agreement with this.
I think it was good. And those were the 2 game things I forgot to mention. I'm sorry, Kevin, but I mentioned them now, so that's what matters. Anyway,
It's the thought that counts.
that's right. Anyway, let's. We're going to go into. I think we're going to start with movie stuff.
Let's talk about Kevin's first.
I will talk about Kevin's
Kevin
top
all the
3.
time.
Top 3 movies of 2012. Once again, we're going in reverse order, and these are movies that he has specifically seen. For all of us, it's things that we have seen. Also, just to be clear about this, if a movie comes up, we may talk some spoilers, unless someone here interjects. So, you have been warned. Kevin's top 3 movies of 2012 are: number 3, Cabin in the Woods; number 2, Skyfall;
I want to talk about that, but we'll talk about that later. It's
number
bound to get brought up
1,
again.
Batman. So that would be
Batman
The Dark
came out in
Knight Rises.
1989. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises. He just wrote Batman on his
I
list.
thought it came out in like the 60s.
I assume he means The Dark Knight Rises.
Why doesn't Batman dance anymore?
That is a good question.
Is your favorite song Bat Dance by Prince?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right, let's go. Who's next?
Yeah, that was
Um,
Kevin's list.
I can start since my list will be unlike anybody else's. I'm
My list is
fairly
very
certain.
similar.
Except
to that
you will
one.
say Cabin in the Woods, which is like Kevin's.
Well, yeah, probably. Who knows?
Okay, X, go ahead. Reverse
my
order.
number 3, Braid Redemption. The movie is super good. The combat is super visceral and awesome. The plot is pretty basic, but that's not what that movie's all about.
Okay.
My number 2 is Dread 3D, which is a remake of The Braid Redemption.
Yeah.
But it's super awesome. And my number 1 is not The Hobbit. It's
Silver
Cabin in the
Linings
Woods.
Playbook. Oh.
Cabin in the Woods, because that movie is the
Of
best.
course.
Okay,
So
I'm
good.
shocked. I'm shocked that Skyfall did not make your list.
Nor did Avengers or Batman.
Yeah, no Batman?
What
No, lots of
about
things.
what about Looper?
I haven't seen it yet. I also need to see Premium Rush.
Wait, did that actually come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Yes. So
The reason I'm laughing, in case people don't know, Premium Rush is the movie starring JGL as a bike courier. Basically,
Yeah,
it's
and
the
it's
transporter. He's a bike courier.
Yeah, I can't be the only
So?
person who thinks that sounds dumb.
It's a
You're
remake
retarded.
of that
You're all
one
retarded.
Kevin Bacon movie.
Die in a Fire.
Well, Kevin Bacon is in this?
Yeah. He's the bad guy, right?
No,
Does he even play
He's the
bad guy now?
It would be
I was gonna say,
awesome if
is
he
he,
was.
is he a rival bike courier or what? He's like, oh, I can't go over the hill now. I can't do this anymore.
Wait,
You're
I'm
too old for this
remembering
shit.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put that on the list.
It would be awesome if he was in it playing a character by the name of Jack Casey, because that would mean this movie is a sequel to Quicksilver.
All right, we got more lists.
But have you guys seen
That's
Quicksilver?
good. No, that's a
Keep
good
going.
point. Yeah.
All right. Kenzo, why don't you go? Because you're jumping at the bit.
I just want this thing to happen. Fuck me. What's my list?
At least I have an excuse that, word crashed when I was making my list out.
Okay, so Mr. X just mentioned two movies that would probably make the list had I seen them, because I know they're going to be good. Premium Rush and Looper. I really want to see those. It's really bad that I haven't, but so... Number 3, I guess it's just kind of an honorable mention, is 21 Jump Street. That movie was fantastic.
That movie
is great.
That movie is way better than it had any right to be.
Yes, exactly. And it was just lulls all the time.
Then
lulls.
please no spoilers, because that means I really want to see it.
There's
Ice
a point.
Cube, isn't it?
I'll say a little. It's kind of a spoilery, but like some people make some cameos, and it's like lulls.
Okay, at least you didn't say who it was.
Number 2 is Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. That movie was
Jack Nicholson
was awesome.
as the Joker.
No.
The Dark Knight Rises.
This town needs an enema.
Dark Knight Rises is great. If you don't think so, you probably are missing a large chunk of your soul or something.
I like
That's not your number 1.
No, number 1 is Sky, because oh my god, James Bond being James Bond. I'll always be down with that.
Mm-hmm.
This was not the best James Bond movie of all time. Just getting that out of the way, but it was really,
What
really
was?
good. Thunderball. But that's beside the point.
Very good.
But yeah,
All right, my
non-stop
my
action.
list.
I really like Skyfall. It's super good.
Oh yeah.
What's on your list, though?
But just because it's not on my top 3 doesn't mean I didn't like it. There's a lot of movies that come out.
You just want to make the Raid Redemption judge the Dread 3D joke.
It was also the most beautiful movie I've seen all year
Worth
as
it.
well. Skyfall.
The cinematography in that movie is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I still I could still see like every little frame of the silhouette.
That
following
was
his
so
head,
good.
just because it's so beautiful.
Boy Roz.
There's also that scene when they're walking away from that burning building through the field.
It's just really like every scene is just super, super awesome.
Yeah.
There was that time when James Bond shot that guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and yeah, it also had the best James Bond villain of all time as well.
He was pretty great.
He was.
Favreau Blofeld.
That one gross thing though.
No,
dude
he's
in the
better than
wheelchair?
Blofeld. He could have been Blofeld. They could have named him Blofeld, and that would have like made sense. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't actually.
I totally thought he was going to be Jaws because of what happened at that part, but I'm kind of glad they didn't make him that.
Oh, Jaws is dumb. Everyone
Talking
loves
about
Jaws.
that
Jaws
guy
is
from.
awesome.
He's an artifact. Artifact of the 70s.
Jaws bit a shark.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, most of my things have already been mentioned. I actually only saw 3 movies this year so far, but I might see another 3 depending on how the year
What a
goes.
bomb!
Gadzooks.
Number 3 was Cabin in the Woods. I thought it was a good movie. X overhyped that 100%.
Oh, that
I can't
movie
even
was
tell you. Can't
made-
even tell you what it's about. Can't even think about it too hard, or it'll spoil it.
That movie was made for me.
Okay, so then by your definition, spoiler alert, it's a horror movie with a twist. There.
Whatever. We go back and listen to our podcast where we spoil everything.
Is it a horror movie?
Number 2,
Yeah.
The Titanic sinks.
Battleship. Yes, Battleship.
You know, I was
Can we
going to
kick-
bring
can we
that up
kick
as a
APAT
joke.
on this?
Oh.
No,
You
I
kick
was gonna bring
APAT
that
from
up as
this
a joke,
podcast
like,
right
no,
now.
Battleship.
Backstory.
You didn't put Battleship on your list?
Backstory. In my Java development class, we made AI for the board game Battleship. So at our end of the year party, we all watched Battleship the movie. We had snacks. We were heckling it the whole time.
I hope
it
you were
was a
drunk.
great film when we
And
were
then you
all.
stabbed your.
You also put it above Cabin in the Woods, X.
I did.
What do you have to
Weird.
say of this?
Well, I was
That
going to
doesn't
put
make
Prometheus
sense.
there, and I didn't even see it just to annoy X. So that should give you a little bit of context.
How dare
But
you?
I had a really great time watching that movie with friends.
What's your
So,
number one?
actually-
Number 1 is
Wait, wait,
Skyfall,
wait.
absolutely 100%.
Sorry, Darfox, I cut you off.
Well, out of those 3 movies, it better be the best of the 3.
It just beat out Battleship.
No, it beat out Battleship by a very long shot. But
Well,
yeah,
I was
just
gonna
all
say
the things
that.
we said, so true. It had just the right amount of throwbacks to old James Bond, just the tiniest little hint of schlockiness, but serious enough. Not like Timothy Dalton killing some dude by chopping his legs off serious, but perfect amount.
You'd say there's just a little bit of throwback?
Just enough.
There's
There's
way too much throwback, in my opinion, but
Ton of throwback.
Maybe I didn't catch the major stuff, but I don't want to spoil it because it's so good, but I thought there was just enough.
I like Throwback Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's
oh
way
my
better.
god,
I
that's a terrible Mountain Dew.
I prefer
What's wrong with
Pepsi.
you?
Pepsi throwback.
So we
better than
got
Code
another
Red.
list incoming.
Who that?
It's you.
That's
It's-
Totoro.
It's someone.
Okay,
Me?
you want me?
Doesn't matter. Someone go. Do you want me to give my list again?
I could go. Stole my joke.
I'll go. Like Apant, I didn't see 3 movies, but I saw less than 10. So my number 3 will be kind of controversial. It was The Hunger Games.
That
I can see that.
was a movie.
The movie was very truthful to the original text, and when you make a movie that's based on a book, I like it when they try to stay as true to the original work as possible.
I just felt that movie was kind of without visual style.
Oh, X, you saw that.
You saw
I
that?
did.
Wow.
It was kind of bland.
Book aside, did it hold up on its own merits?
It did. It's post-apocalyptic, like a lot of films that are coming out in the last few years. The dystopian society is a very popular subject. And I thought that it was bland for a reason, and that's because the country is separated up into 12 different districts, and the one that she's from is a very plain backcountry, no frills place.
Well, I mean, yeah,
So
that's like the art style to it, but I just mean the way it was shot.
right. Well, I was gonna say, but then the next book, big spoilers. They will be in the capital city quite a bit, again, and I anticipate that there will be more visually stunning art there because they'll be in this place where everything is big and beautiful and really bold.
But will it be from the same director?
I don't know. I've not paid too much attention to the filming of the next one yet. My second one was Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
It's a great movie.
I loved the book. Like, I bought the book, a week after it came out. Hadn't read right away. Loaned it out to a bunch of friends because I thought this was like the greatest book that I've read in a long time. Just how creative it is. And I know we've talked in Mumble many, many times about there's a fight scene in Abe Lincoln where somebody uses a horse.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty awesome.
Go look online and look at some gifs.
I just think it's
They're
funny
good.
that we've got a year where there's 2 Abe Lincoln movies in 1 year. It's crazy.
And I'll get to the other one. Like, I haven't seen that one yet. It's one of my I haven't seen, and I'm sad.
It's
that
gonna
I haven't.
be disappointed if someone doesn't throw a horse at him and then he ends up riding that horse.
And then my number 1 movie that I saw this year was Argo. I just thought it was a wonderful movie.
I want to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
I do too.
Going back and like just the historical register of what happened. They stayed fairly close to the truthfulness of it, and I really like that. I like movies that are completely fictionalized and they have no basis in truth whatsoever as an escape. But I also like movies that stay true to facts.
And I think Ben Affleck is a pretty good director.
And yes, that was the dog playing in the background. Sorry.
Yeah, I noticed a squeaky toy. It's funny.
So I think who's left? Totoro?
Me and Totoro. I guess I'll go next. My number 3 shall be The Ray Redemption.
That's a pretty good choice.
Yeah, I was tied between that and Cabin in the Woods, but ultimately, these people from exotic lands doing kung fu stuff is more interesting to me than
Big
white people getting killed.
surprise.
White people getting killed by monsters, which is still entertaining. But The Ray Redemption was like a really cool movie, really visceral.
The fights in it are pretty unique.
Yeah. My number 2 would be The Avengers. I think that movie was a lot of fun. It was really cool seeing all these superheroes at one place. Honestly, it just makes me wish it was a Justice League movie because I've always liked DC better. But the characters are pretty fun and the special effects were cool, and it's a really cool movie.
And it's amazing that movie is good at all because there's so many characters and everything. It's amazing that it was watchable.
I want to just spout that Dark Fox is the first person to mention the Avengers so far. It's
That
like
probably
one
would
of
have
their
been in my
movies.
top 6.
Even though you guys just were losing your minds when it first came out, like, this is the best movie ever made.
If I watched it,
Yeah.
it would have been in my top 4.
I think, Kenzo, when you exaggerate what you hear.
No,
It was the talk of the town Probably rightfully so because it's such a geeky movie.
It was shocking that it was good.
Well, because the thing is that there's a lot of characters, right? But the movie's not very deep. It's
It's
know
because
it's
all the
really
characters
simple.
were already developed in other movies.
Yeah, well, if that, I mean, honestly, I don't think a lot of the other Marvel movies are fantastic. They're just okay. But yeah, Avengers cool. Number one is The Dark Knight Rises. I have to say that I haven't seen Skyfall, and I really want to see it.
You also haven't
At
seen
least you got your
Dread.
At least he's got his super priorities down.
Yeah, the Dark Knight Rises is a great movie.
Mhm.
Really great.
Yeah, that probably would have been in my top 6 also.
You in your top 6.
Well, my next 3 would have probably been Skyfall, Dark Knight, and Avengers. Although, Hobbit was actually pretty good. I know
Not
it's,
good
I don't
enough to be
believe
in
it.
top 6.
I know it's not in anyone's list because I'm the only one that's seen it, but I think I'd say it's better than all the Lord of the Rings movies.
I saw you tweet Bilbo greater than sign Frodo.
Yes, I did.
But that's just
Because-
I have a question to ask you about The Hobbit later.
Bilbo actually does cool things.
Instead of just looking into the camera all scared with blue eyes.
And then and just making out with Sam with his eyes.
Oh, this is the best part.
Yeah, Bilbo takes out his sword and starts murdering orcs.
Spoilers.
An unexpected adventure.
Spoilers.
Or an unexpected journey.
And adventures are cool.
Next list.
Sure.
Is one of these called There and Back Again? I'm sorry. Okay, for me, my number 3 is Ted.
I wanted to see that.
Because
Oh, Family Guy the
Because I-
movie?
yeah, it was really funny. I thoroughly enjoyed that from beginning to end. I thought it was hilarious. It was a really good movie.
Marky Mark should be in more comedies.
I feel like the Family Guy would be a lot more funny if he was telling straight up jokes as opposed to like, hey, remember when this thing happened? And then you just cut to something else that doesn't pertain to anything.
Right. Yeah, all the non sequiturs and shit.
But that's
Does Ted actually do that?
all
Yeah,
he does.
it's kind of what Family Guy is known for.
Oh, I know Family Guy, but is Ted actually the Family Guy movie? Or is
No.
it constantly cutting away to other scenes?
No, it's well. I mean, like, there's a lot of like completely random shit that goes on in that movie, but I mean, given the characters and kind of how they are, it's like, okay, yeah, I can see them acting this way. So it's all true to the characters. So my number 2 is going to be The Avengers because I really enjoyed that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, and I'm really waiting to see the next one, like all the slew of follow-up Marvel movies. It's good stuff.
I'm worried
And
about
then-
Iron Man 3.
I'm like Darfox where it just makes me want to watch a Justice League movie way more.
I'm pretty sure Iron Man 3 is going to be good because it's from the director of
Shane Black.
who was in Predator.
Mr. X, imagine a Justice League movie where they went through the Blackest Night. How great would that be?
I'd rather see the Sinestro Corp Wars.
That wouldn't be necessarily like a Justice League movie. That necessarily you could get away with that just being a
Green Lantern.
Green
a
Lantern.
Green Lantern movie. You know?
Is it wrong that I want an Adam West styled Batman again?
No.
Yes.
I would like to
No,
see
it-
Adam West style Batman in like The Dark Knight.
No.
Just
The
wanna see
tone
something
and
with
everything
him.
of The Dark Knight, and then Adam West being Adam West.
He's probably really old.
You know,
Yes.
I honestly, this is a total side tangent, but I honestly thought it would be cool if they made like a Crisis style movie where like there's a bunch of these multiverse crossing over, and they would show like the Batman from the previous movies, like approximations.
That would be pretty cool.
That sounds like the worst idea
It
ever.
Why?
was so
no, it's
bad.
really awesome.
Immediately murder
It's
them.
everything I hate about American
Yeah,
comics.
exactly.
But
It's like that they show like Adam West style Batman, they show like a Val Kilmer style
And
Batman.
then they just get immediately murdered because they're inappropriate.
Yeah.
in this
Isn't there a Batman game like that?
Brave and the
No,
Bold?
that
was
was
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Shattered Dimensions.
I thought that's how Brave and the Bold was. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Brave and the Bold.
Anyway, Totoro number 1.
Batman Forever.
forever.
I'm kidding. It's my number 1 movie is Argo.
Tommy Lee Jones is
It
pretty
just-
good in that.
Just for the single line of Argo, fuck yourself. No, that's a really good movie. Yeah, Ben Affleck's a great director. He's a good actor. They did a wonderful job.
Who could have seen that coming? Like Ben Affleck being just like.
Not his character in
Nolan.
Daredevil. Couldn't see anything.
Well, he was the bum in Phantoms, yo.
He was in Geely.
Project Greenlight.
So those are some lists.
Dakazu, did you give your list already?
I didn't. I'm sorry, I was coughing. My list is, I'll go pretty fast because we're kind of taking time. For movies, number 3 is Wreck-It Ralph. I think I'm the only one who actually saw Wreck-It Ralph.
I need to see that.
Everybody here.
I didn't.
It was really good.
I intend to see
You're
it.
only baby.
Number 2 movie, I would say Skyfall. Skyfall was really good. But you guys have already talked about it. My number 1 is Avengers.
Avengers over Dark Knight.
Yep. Dark Knight isn't even on my list.
Avengers
Ooh.
over Cabin in the Woods.
Yep.
How dare you?
Over
over
Battleship.
Over
Skyfall.
the Raid Redemption.
Over Dread 3D.
You guys need to see those movies. You guys are making fun of them when you
Yeah,
shouldn't
Over
be.
Silver Linings Diary?
That's not even the name of the
Hey,
movie.
it's Playbook.
Whatever.
Listen, I just, like, out of the movies that I saw in the theater this year, like, I just had, like, the best experience watching Avengers.
Well, I didn't see.
Well,
I
actually,
thought
that's a
it was
lie.
gonna be worst
That is a lie. That
experience.
was a terrible experience in the theaters. No. But the movie itself, I thought Avengers was the best. It just narrowly beat out Skyfall.
Speaking
at
of
least right
bad
now.
experiences in the theater, the people behind me when I was seeing The Hobbit were talking the entire time.
Where they're saying, like, yeah,
I
I don't
would-
like this actor portraying this.
I don't know. They were talking about just random things, not even about the movie.
To be fair, the movie is probably pretty boring.
It's. I will say that it could have lost 30 minutes at the beginning.
I've heard that it's 1 hour of talk followed by 2 hours of walk.
Well, the walk is
It's
interrupted.
3 hours.
It's
Wait,
2
really?
hours 48 minutes.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
That's
But-
just-
And this
That's
is,
actually
this is
pretty good
really
for
a
Lord of the
trilogy.
Rings.
This is really 3 parts.
Yeah, every page of the book is on screen.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
But to be fair, it's not a very long book.
But yeah, but I think I'll talk about The Hobbit later, maybe.
Maybe on podcast.
Or earlier.
proper.
Yeah, on a not so special edition of the podcast.
Anyway, let's move on to your biggest disappointment movie. I have Kevin's here, so let me start with him. Kevin's most disappointing movie of the year was Taken 2.
That is my number 2. Because obviously it's not going to be number 1, but I was super disappointed with Taken 2.
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast a little bit on how.
I'm the only one that has seen
Yeah.
it.
Well, after you were like, "Oh, that was not good," no one's gonna like bother to go see it.
Yeah, with the way that you talk about things that you actually like. I'm not, giving you a hard time about that. But I mean, when you like something, you
I like
definitely let it be. Yeah, and you let it be known. So
it. And when I dislike something,
I do not like this. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I can give mine, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is already.
Go ahead.
But it's the movie that shall not be named.
Yeah, there is a rule against that, you know.
No, there isn't.
Rule number 5, don't talk about Prometheus.
That's a
Oh,
TF2
no.
server.
Oh, patient.
He said Voldemort.
But my most disappointed movie is Journey to the Mysterious Island. Prometheus. Yes, the movie
Right
is.
to get it.
Moving right
Can I
along.
talk about how awful that movie is?
No, no, you have talked about so
So-
much on this podcast.
Remember
So
the
my
giant
disappointing
facehugger?
movie, I haven't seen Men in Black 3, but given how good Men in Black 1 was, anything after that's got to be a disappointment.
Actually, it was a
It's alright.
surprise. It was surprisingly good.
Men in Black 1 is one of my favorite movies ever, and I'll definitely get around to watching Men in Black 3. I just don't have my hopes up for it being as good as the original.
There was Men in Black 2, which is one of the worst movies ever. As
you're
I
disappointed
enjoyed that
by
movie
an ex-
because I saw it in the 5th grade.
So wait. You're disappointed by an experience you have not had.
Well,
Okay.
I've only seen 3 movies this year, so suck it.
You can just put like the bottom movie of your list.
Why don't you just say like I don't qualify for this list?
Whatever. I hope I will watch it in the future, and I think I will enjoy it.
I guess technically,
so.
then Cabin in the Woods would be your most disappointing movie because you say I
Oh.
hyped it up too much.
Oh, would you look at that? I guess it does work out.
But that would be foolish
And it's
of
on
you
your top 3.
because that movie is
Hilarious.
well, every movie he has seen is on his top 3 because he's seen 3
That's
movies.
That's funny.
Apan, your list is terrible.
Where I come from,
You're terrible.
they call that a backhanded compliment, but I think it's too ingrained in your character.
All right, more disappointments. Who's disappointed?
I'm disappointed.
I'm always disappointed at life.
I don't like this. I don't like Mrs. Totoro just piping up and saying, "Well, I'm disappointed."
All right, I've got a movie. I was disappointed by. Oh, I think we touched on it already. The Avengers. I did not enjoy it. I mean, like that movie was okay, as like a popcorn action flick, and I enjoyed it on that level. Was just like
That's
I
what
expected
it was.
more. I mean, the plot was so bare bones, like ridiculously bare bones. Like they spent a good
Well, they
hour of the
had
movie in the
to-
middle just kind of like hanging out on a space on a flying ship for no reason.
They had to spend all this time on the characters and not the plot because there are so many
But
characters.
the characters aren't that complex.
Yeah, and the characters, they spent a bunch of time like
It's
artificial.
not.
They were fighting each other, but for no reason. Like, oh,
It was for fan
we're fighting
service.
because the plot demands that we be fighting right now, but it didn't really make sense. And when they finally came together and acted as a team, that was cool, but it lasted for like 2 minutes.
Actually, that lasted for like 45 minutes.
Like 2 minutes.
That last action
I'm-
sequence was super long.
I'm speaking specifically of like the team actually acting as a team in like concert. There's like a scene where like the camera was panning, you just had everyone fighting together.
Yeah, in New York. Yeah,
Like
that whole
they
scene
could've-
was super long.
I mean, they could have had like Iron Man and Captain America fighting together a little more,
They had Hulk and Thor
but they weren't
fighting
doing
together,
much.
and then the Hulk punched Thor. That was great.
It was just a letdown, and then the like insane conversations surrounding the movie just kind of was annoying as well.
But I remember
I'm on forums.
when the movie came out, and then you saw it, and you were like, "I liked the movie a lot, but I don't think it's as good as you guys are saying." But I still liked it a lot, and now you're saying you don't like it.
Well, I did, but then I was kind of forced to defend my position by everyone going insane on me. It's like, oh my god, how is this not the best movie ever? You're retarded.
It was that's kind of one of the all-time like Kenzo threads, in that like everybody was hating on Kenzo.
Are you sure that was the only reason they were hating on Kenzo?
Everybody hates Kenzo.
Well, it was
Everybody
most of-
hates
It was
Raymond.
partly the way he was presenting his argument, but like people just could not believe at that second that like Avengers wasn't the best thing ever.
Okay, who's
Yeah.
next?
So who's next? Starfox, you've seen movies.
Yeah, my biggest disappointment is Brave.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
A
Really?
stupid movie about a stupid girl and a stupid mom.
And a stupid bear and a stupid dad.
Yeah, we said this on the podcast before. I'll just say it briefly again. I thought the movie was going to be like about adventure, and it ended up being just like a sort of comedy where like her mom gets transformed into a bear and she's trying to hide her mom in the house so that her dad doesn't find the bear.
Because her dad is a bear killer.
Yeah, and it was just really this was more just expectations to what the movie actually was. The movie itself was fine for like a kids movie or whatever.
I was not expecting the movie to
But-
be so much about bears.
Well, I'm fine with bears.
Yeah, I'm
but
fine with bears, but I
Just
didn't.
like cool
I didn't know
bears.
that it was going to be all bears because
That is a sitcom plot right
the
there.
mom turning into a bear isn't the only bear in the movie.
Yeah, and yeah, I thought it was gonna be some cool adventure movie, but it's not. It's disappointing,
Very.
as they say.
Who's next?
I
you
kind
are.
of knew, like, I knew that mine would kind of be disappointing, but I'd been looking forward to it anyway, and that was Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right.
The dwarves were cast great. I can't believe that they were so underutilized.
That was I thought they were the best part.
They were.
I think Mr. X described the movie as the whole plot's about what's that Twilight girl name?
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart being prettier than Charlize Theron.
Yeah, that's the plot of the movie.
I'm like,
That's right.
No.
but what?
That mouth
Is that the
breather.
plot of the movie?
That is the plot of the movie.
I'm not
Vacant
gonna-
expression, the actress.
Mouth breather, the actress.
Lady ugly. I don't think she's ugly by any means, but she's not like super hot or anything like that, in my
Ooh.
opinion.
We call that the Gabrielle Anwar effect.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of accurate.
Kind of good look, but not going to be stopping everyone in the room like the show depicts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen Gabrielle Anwar in the movie Pod People, where she was younger and not leathery.
Yeah, when she wasn't other.
Yeah,
Did she ever say Miami?
I don't think so. I think she said,
said pod
"Get that
people."
pod away from
Wait,
me."
was she in Pod People?
I think so.
What? I need to go back and watch that Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I don't think
No,
it's
it's not
no.
that
That
one.
one's a Spanish movie.
Oh.
It's a
Boo.
Spanish. Yeah, it's a Spanish movie. Although you should go back and watch that anyway because it's fucking hilarious.
Good.
I think it's.
He's the best. Sorry.
It stinks.
Sorry.
All right.
We
Yeah,
stopped.
it's
It was called Body
discussing
Snatchers, not Pod People.
Ah.
Same thing.
All right. Anyone else disappointed by life?
I didn't watch. There were none of the movies that I watched. Was I particularly like disappointed by. Kind of held straight away. Knew that what I was getting into with like each of them. But I'm disappointed by the fact that they released Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace in 3D.
Yeah.
So you're disappointed by an experience you haven't had?
I've seen that movie.
I'm just busting balls.
Also, I've never seen the movie Life with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. With Eddie Murphy. And Murphy, yeah.
I'm not disappointed with it.
Well, good luck.
You know what? Dakazu, have you given your?
I haven't given mine, and the reason that I've been... it's not that I want to save myself for last. It's because, I guess by default, it's Cabin in the Woods. But let me just preface and say that as far as like how good the movie is, Cabin in the Woods is probably better than like some of the other 2012 movies I saw. Like, I would actually put it above Prometheus, and I would put it above Expendables 2. But the problem is, like, I didn't have any expectations for Prometheus, so I wasn't let down. And same thing at Expendables 2, I was just like, this is gonna be some dumb movie, and it was. So,
but
I guess default, yeah, X hyped up Cabin in the Woods so much, I was just like, this wasn't the A+ that I wanted. It was more like a B.
So
is there anything above an A+? Because that's what that movie is.
S.
You can remove your head from your butt now.
Dakazu's disappointment has an asterisk, and it says all X's fault.
Most of my failings in life have that asterisk next to them.
I'll be fair, X doesn't like hype up crap nearly as much as Kenzo does for me.
But I was disappointed in something, but in the fact that I wasn't able to see the new G.I. Joe movie. Because I want to see that. It has The Rock in it.
When is that going to come out?
That came out already?
No, it was supposed to come out.
Hasn't.
But then it got delayed because they say they were going to add 3D. But I think it was because they wanted to make it so Channing Tatum's character didn't die. I think that's what they were actually changing.
I didn't get to see the new Silent Hill movie, and I'm a big Silent Hill fan. And I actually liked the first movie, so if I saw that probably would have been my most disappointing. Just a guess.
I heard it was fine.
I've heard it was relatively okay.
I'll see it eventually.
Which is kind of like what the first movie was.
I got a rock.
Let's see, is there any other thing in movies?
The top movie we didn't see.
Dark Knight Rises.
I guess if you want to do that.
Well, I've got an honorable mention.
Well, okay, go ahead. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention is the anime movie, The Secret World of Arietti. I don't know if any of you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't got around to seeing it.
But that came...
Is that the Ghibli one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like little tiny sprite people who live under the house in secret.
Oh, it's based on whatchamacallit,
the Borrowers.
What are they called?
The Borrowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in Japan like a year or two ago, but it came out in America this year, and it's really, really good. It's just the attention to the detail, and just you see just say the way like a drop of water reacts to these little characters is just like astounding to watch. Super good. Not top 3 good, but it's definitely like something people should go watch, especially if you like Ghibli movies. So.
Mm-hmm.
My top movies I didn't see were Life of Pi and Lincoln. They're on my I must watch them very soon list.
Oh, a movie I thought was okay, but nobody will ever watch but me was Safe with Jason Statham. Well, Star Fox might
Does he
watch
play
it.
Jason Statham in that movie?
I like Jason Statham.
My name is Chick Chickless.
That's not his name.
I love him. He's in movies. He's just kind of like, and then he goes beats things
that's
up.
His name in... that's his name in what's the movie? Crank.
Stickless.
Chilios.
Chimmery?
Chelios.
Chimchurri.
You betcha.
Cuckoo Kajoo.
But if you guys like Jason Statham movies, you should watch Safe. It's pretty good.
Is somebody else in that movie?
Nope, just him.
Or just him
walking around.
I think movie I need to see is Cloud Atlas.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I've heard things.
Isn't that movie supposed to be like 9 hours long?
I played that game. It was called Xenogears.
That's fair.
Did Xenogears have Tom Hanks?
Yeah,
Cosmos. Different roles.
Oh no, wait, that's not Xenogears.
I think we should skip movie I'm glad I didn't see, because that could be like so many.
Red Dawn.
What movie?
I was about to say.
I
don't know.
Battleship.
Is that the category, or is it a movie you wish you saw that you haven't seen?
No, it was
well,
I just had a movie that I didn't want. I'm glad I missed.
For me, going back real quick, the movie that I've wanted to watch that I haven't got to see yet is Hyde Park on Hudson.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to leave that silence in, and in fact, I'm going to expand it a little bit.
That was barely a silence.
I'm sorry,
we were just kind of dumbfounded.
We're uncultured.
I know. I was like, oh, yes. So, Hyde Park on Hudson is the movie where Bill Murray
that
portrays
movie.
FDR.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Bill Murray?
Bill Murray plays FDR, and it's about his relationship with his cousin.
And how did I not hear about this?
It's not getting great reviews.
There's also a movie that we wanted to see that's not being played around here for some reason.
Because they don't like dirty liberals over there.
Dirty liberals? We live in Kentucky almost. There's no liberals around here.
Yeah, so that's why you gotta keep them and their movies out.
So are we doing movies that we want to see, or movies we're glad we haven't seen?
Like I said, mine were Life of Pi Lincoln. I will get to them. They both look wonderful. Life of Pi was really a book.
Yeah, I have the same list basically.
Yeah,
I think after we talked about Skyfall, I want to see Skyfall. I haven't seen it yet.
Obviously, I need to see Dark Knight Rises. I just need to.
What?
No. Listen. It's after we did our top 3 and we did our most disappointing. It's kind of like more of a free for all because I didn't really feel our biggest movie I'm glad I didn't watch or stuff like that.
Well, I'm glad that I haven't seen Twilight, new one.
I put Breaking Dawn as well.
I haven't seen any of them, and I don't want to.
Same.
Actually, it wasn't that bad.
Things I've heard about Breaking Dawn Part 2 have actually been kind of amazing. Like you should go see in theaters. Just to go experience in a movie. I think it's too late now, but when it came out, like if you actually saw it in theaters with all these Twilight fans, you would have heard some like delicious tears and like screams of frustration from based on what I've seen.
Okay, so I've seen every single one of them in the theater. My favorite thing to do is to rile up the tweens the best I can.
Exactly. So that apparently it was really good.
So this is the time when speaking in the movie theater is absolutely appropriate. So during the very first movie, I go with a bunch of friends, and we dare another friend to yell out, "Team Jasper!" in the middle of the movie and get everybody mad. And it worked.
You are delightfully terrible.
I don't know what that means.
Jasper is a side
Friendly
character
ghost.
in the movie.
Like
He's not one of the main 2 that all the girls are like, "Ooh, I love him." Later, or the last movie, I turn to my friend and go, "I think she's marrying a vampire," which gets people going, "Ugh."
Wait, at the end, does the one character still fall in love with the baby vampire? Spoilers.
Well, it's the whole process
gross.
of that is real weird.
We do not need to get
we're
into
not
that.
Get into that. It's
Rule number
not
6.
Looking guy.
Rule number 6. Don't talk about any of this.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But the thing that was really bad about Breaking Dawn 2 was the CGI. Like
the amazing CGI.
Yes.
I've seen that animated GIF.
Yes,
I've seen doing werewolves and doing them great for a while. But then they turn around and they try to make a baby look like the actress that will be playing her when she's a little older. And it looks horrible. She looks like she has like this, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for?
That sounds amazing.
It's horrible. And then there's a scene in the end where there's a character who has like an extremely long neck because of the bad CGI.
I heard some things about like the final climax that I would like to repeat, but just spoilers.
That sounds like a porno.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about Twilight.
It's just like a bloodbath. Everybody's like ripping each other's heads off, and then it's all a dream.
Yeah, they pull off fucking like it's a dream sequence retcon, and also that wasn't in the books either.
There's one character who can show the future. Because that's in this incarnation of vampires, they have different abilities, and one character can show the future. So she's showing them.
Edward's sister, right?
She's showing, the head of the vampire government what would happen if they continue this fight. And
basically, they wanted to add a climax to like a book that had no climax.
The book goes through that fight. Actually, you see. This is what would
the book barely goes through that from what my wife told me. Like she told me that like it's really anticlimactic in a lot of ways.
But it really just made me say Team Volturi, about this. It was very exciting. I really liked the fact that some vampire heads got taken off. And anyway, I'm done.
Let me read Kevin's most disappointing movie of 2012. which was Dark Shadows. I haven't heard of this.
That's a Johnny Depp movie.
That's the Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Wait, no, that's wrong. That's his Glad I Missed This Movie. It was Dark Shadows.
Okay.
What's up?
He also said the movie that he wanted to watch but he hasn't got to it yet was Man with the Iron Fist.
Yeah, I want to see that.
That's the RZA one?
Yeah. Yes.
That seems bad, but kind of good.
I want to see it so bad. I think though the two movies that I want to see the most are Looper and Premium Rush.
Yep, those two.
I saw Looper. It's pretty cool.
And Abe Lincoln. And...
Which one? Vampire Hunter?
No, the Good History one.
You mean Lincoln?
Whatever.
Yeah.
The Doris Kearns.
But the other one was historical. That horse fight happened.
Did.
They call it the Battle of Antietam.
And
I think we're gonna move
Abe
on.
Lincoln was really a vampire hunter.
TV!
Yeah, we're gonna move on into TV stuff. Let's start with top 3 TV shows of 2012. And just to be clear about this, we're not just talking about new shows that were introduced. Just any television that was on in 2012. Okay. And who wants to? Let's just start with APAT.
Great. Okay, so number 3 was definitely Psych. Every time I watch Psych, I always end up saying to myself, "Oh, this show's going downhill." But then, by the end of the episode, I say, "I love this."
Wait, is that 3?
Yes, that's number 3.
Okay.
Number 2 is Sherlock. I went through all of Sherlock this year on Netflix. It is very good. I can't wait until we, get more of that. Just something undeniable. It's got a great style. It's full of action. It's a movie in every episode, so it's good. No one's gonna like this, but number 1 is that thing I'm not allowed to talk about. It is.
You're allowed to talk about it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about My Little Pony. It's really good.
Prometheus?
Moving on.
The writing is great. There's
Prometheus
a ton of
is a
stuff
TV show.
snuck in there for older
Isn't there
people.
like Metal
Which
Gear
one's your favorite
and
pony?
Doctor Who references all over the place?
Which one's your favorite pony?
Fluttershy, duh.
Oh my god, no.
But yeah, it's
Therapy
the
hose.
writing's really great. There's a lot of stuff in there focused for my crowd, for the nerds. And the best part is that there's always, like even in Borderlands, there's a ton of stuff in Borderlands referencing the show. Like all of the Necromancer's Anarchy Tree, Siren has a skin. It's just great seeing these kind of things everywhere.
Therapy hooves.
Sorry,
Yeah, exactly.
Continue.
I will go next. Listen, number 3, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is pretty great.
I really like. I got into Game of Thrones this year, and I really enjoyed the second season as well. It was really
That was okay.
Number 2, Adventure Time. Oh man, Adventure Time.
Shit, I forgot about it.
So good.
Yeah,
Adventure Time is so good. I'm glad Dark Fox recommended this to me. Love Adventure Time.
I didn't recommend
And number
it to
1. Wait, did you recommend it to me?
It was kind of like cross Kenzo and me.
All right, it was on both of you. I'll just say Dark Fox though. Number 1 is Walking Dead. This season 3 was fantastic.
It is.
I don't think I've ever been excited to watch like a TV show week to week, like I have been with Walking Dead.
Which is so surprising because the season 2 is not good at all.
It's just slow. It's just a pacing issue,
Well, I mean, it's not just that. I mean, the characters were just acting so dumb in season 2.
Anyway, that's my list.
I can go next, I think. Unless somebody else wants
No,
to.
I'll go next.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, at this point, we should just go in order.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill out my list with a little bit of animes because they did air this year.
Animu.
Even though they didn't broadcast in America, but whatever.
Still
So
counts.
my number 3 is Arrow. I think that show is cool.
It is pretty cool.
Oh, that show's good.
My number 2 is Animu. It is the Lupin the Third, a woman called Fujiko Mine. It's
That was surprisingly good. I think we talked about it in our anime thing.
I was expecting it to be good, and there was some things about it that I didn't like so much, but ultimately, I think it was a really cool, like, Lupin. It's like, it was cool to see, like, new Lupin with really cool new animation.
And art style.
Yeah, it was super cool looking. My number 1, you just reminded me, so I had to revise my list last second, is Adventure Time. That's like
Adventure Time!
the most joy I've gotten out of TV this year.
Adventure Time is really good.
Did you just start this year?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I started like last year. I like rewatched everything, and then I've been watching like the last season and a half like as it's brand new.
Yeah, it shows its hits.
I think. It's fantastic.
The bee's knees. Anyway, Kenzo.
I want you to say Kevin's first.
Oh, I didn't. I skipped Kevin.
In order.
Thanks for reminding me. Kevin's list of TV show number 3, Homeland.
That's a show.
I
haven't seen the new season, but
number 3.
I want to.
It's a television
catch up on.
series.
People love it. I hear.
Number 2 is Boardwalk Empire.
That is a great show. I'm really kind of sad that me and Kevin are like the only people who talk about it. We get on the Mumble servers like, did you watch a new one? Oh my god, it's so awesome.
I kind of want to get to it, but like half the time you guys just talk in like the main channel, and then like now I know things about that show.
I'll probably get to it eventually because I have HBO Go, so I can watch all of it.
It's so
and his number 1 of 2012 is Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is so good.
Breaking Bacon.
Breaking Bacon Panks.
Okay, so Kenzo, you may go.
All right, I'm gonna double up on the list, but I'm gonna go real fast. So, real TV. There's I'll just put it at number 3 is Boardwalk Empire, and man, that show is just so fantastic. Like it's just it's a really serious kind of like crime drama, but it has a great historical setting, and I'm just a sucker for history. But
I remember when the last
crazy stuff happens all the time. It is so awesome.
I remember when season 2 ended, though, you were kind of disappointed to hear that there was going to be a season 3.
I was, and season 3 so far is just amazing. Like it's one of those things where it's like, how could it possibly get better than this? I don't want it to go on, but it does get better. Cool. Number 2 is going to be Young Justice, even though it was barely on this year.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
That show is super good. I love DC comic stuff. I've really just jumped like headfirst into DC stuff, and this is like by far like the best DC cartoon that they've probably ever made.
That is a really good cartoon. As someone who is not like any DC fan at all, like I've really been enjoying that as well.
Yeah, you can. I think one of the good things about it is you actually can enjoy it pretty well without knowing a lot of the extensive background of the universe, but knowing that stuff makes it even better, like on a different level. And then you guys mentioned Adventure Time already. Enough said. But I'm going to do a little personal indulgence and just touch on my 3 animus. So.
Oh shit!
Anna who?
Animus.
Are you hijacking this category?
Yeah, I'm hacking the system. I'll go fast. Number 3 was Kids on the Slope, and I think we talked a little bit about that before.
I'm surprised that's so low on your list. What's number 2?
I really like that show, but I feel like it was a little disappointing in some ways because while the music was good, it wasn't well utilized in the actual show. Like things like Cowboy Bebop really blended the music well into the scene, and this one didn't as well. Number 2 was I don't know if it's called Natsuyuki Rendezvous, and it's actually a really like girly show, but it's about a dude who's trying to like shack up with this woman he has the hots with, but she's a widow and she's haunted by her dead husband's ghost, but only like the guy who wants to date her can see the ghost. So he's just trying to like.
Is this the one that takes place in the flower shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's short, it's sweet, it has really good drama and writing. I liked it.
Yeah, isn't the ghost just show up and like try to like do funny ghost things?
He just totally is fucking with the guy, and the guy can see him, and so he just like tries to frustrate him and keep him away from his wife. And at one point he like does a very ghost thing where he jumps into the body of the other guy and starts commanding him around. And then number 1, I kind of hesitate to put it so high because I'm not sure how it'll be, but so far it's just fantastic. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
JoJo is great. Oh my god! If you love, 70s like glam rock poses,
oh my god,
ridiculousness,
so good. And it's
just that from the first episode, oh my god, he kissed him.
It's unapologetically just like old school too. So there's just none of the more modern bullshit that I hate about anime stuff, and just like fights. It's really fast paced. Great music. Just insanity all the time. Just people doing dumb things and just like, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Everyone should watch JoJo.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So, there you go. All right. Who's next?
I think I should clarify an earlier point. My favorite pony is actually the Balloonicorn from Team Fortress. Just thought I should say that.
X, go ahead.
I noticed something funny about my list after I made my list. See if you guys notice. My number... What?
Go ahead.
My number 3 is Walking Dead because this season has been so good.
Interesting. Go ahead.
My number 2 is Mad Men because this last season was so good.
Oh fuck! I forgot about Mad Men.
Mhm.
That is a really good show.
It was so good.
That's probably number 4.
And then my number 1 is Breaking Bad.
You like AMC.
Yes, I noticed that.
You like AMC
after.
a lot.
The story matters here.
AMC.
I heard it was gory.
Curtis, welcome.
We know
Gory
drama.
matters
I'm surprised True Blood isn't on your list, or it
Oh
was on
fuck!
Kenzo's
True
list.
Blood. Yeah, that's another really good one.
Here.
There's
But that's
too much good
so
TV.
bad it's good type of thing.
I'm sure it will be on Mrs. Totoro's list.
It's a type of thing that where it's intentionally bad.
So wouldn't
Well-
that be intentionally good then?
Yes.
You said that you were sure True Blood would be on my list, and it would be if I was doing a top 10.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa!
But the fact is that I chose the 3 shows that I absolutely cannot wait to watch. Like, I do not like to watch them when they have been DVR'd. I want to watch them when they air. So I went with my number 3, Once Upon a Time. I know a lot of people are really not liking that show so much, but I enjoy it, and I actually watch it with 2 of my best friends. We text each other during the whole thing, since we live so far away. Breaking Bad, number 2, because it's just absolutely a great story. And number 1, Walking Dead.
You know, my most disappointing thing about Breaking Bad is that there's a year between half seasons.
Well, and then there is an actual amusing little thing on my list as well, a nice cohesiveness, and that's that all of mine air on Sunday night.
I think mine do too.
Yeah.
Totoro, your
Sunday's
list.
a pretty good night for TV.
Okay. I'm tempted to hack the system like Kenzo did, but I'm not going to do that.
Do it.
Actually, yeah, I am. Okay.
Oh shit!
So
Hacking us up.
my first list, number 3 is going to be, since Word crashed on me, I'm recreating this and I'm editing it all at the same time. Number 3 is going to be The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Zombies.
Number
What is
2
your
Kind
favorite
of
part?
low in my
What is your
opinion, but
favorite part of
whatever.
that show so far?
The Walking Dead. It's just I like I find a lot of the characters, especially in this 3rd season, to be more dynamic than they have been in the past. They're more interesting. They're more real than what
I'd
they
also
have
say
been.
Because they were
that-
cardboard cutouts for a while.
And also in season 3, they're actually doing stuff for survival reasons, not just sitting around burning zombies for an entire episode. Zombie bodies.
Are they getting headshots from moving cars and stupid stuff like that still?
No,
There was one character that
I mean, they get headshots.
there
a
was
lot,
one
but-
character that could not get a headshot to save her life. Although it wasn't really to save her life, she was on a wall and she just could not hit anything.
Yeah, if that's the best that Woodbury has to offer, then yeah, they're fine. Number 2 for me is Breaking Bad,
Okay.
because
Is it because
for a lot of the reasons that have been.
Is it because the season opens with him breaking bacon?
Yep,
Bacon's pretty good.
bacon is very good,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just so thrilled to see where it's going, and to actually follow up with a season or a half season that was as good as the last, and to be able to say that going back every single season is something outstanding.
Like so far, every season has been better than the season before it.
Yeah, or at the very least as good as. Because sometimes it's just when you get to that top level, it's difficult to say, well, that this is better than what has come before it. I mean, it's just so consistently good that it's hard to say that it's better.
I think we cut off Darfox.
No, I was just gonna say that I didn't enjoy this latest season that much because the character, I didn't like the character that much, but it makes sense with a show called Breaking Bad.
Well, yeah, he was acting terrible, being a terrible person.
Yeah, I mean, he's acting as bad as he's been for like the past 3 seasons. Because he's been committing crimes and killing people for a while.
But it's been
alerts.
spread out, and he's conflicted about it the whole time, and now he's just all in.
Yeah,
Straight up murder.
yeah, but also now I'm also excited for the return of it because I just want some retribution. I don't feel bad for him anymore. I want everything to crash down upon him. I can't wait.
Okay, and my number 1 is Homeland. because it's awesome.
I hear white people like Homeland.
Los Blancos and Canton Homeland.
I really need to watch Homeland. Did you guys all see that SNL skit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tiny Mouth?
Homeland, that was so
Oh,
funny.
This
which
is
one?
the worst
That was
thing to
so
ever
funny.
happen to New Yorkers ever.
The best thing.
You're thinking about but they did the thing with what was it, Anne Hathaway's Claire
Yeah.
Danes?
Yes. So
Oh, I was
good.
talking about Bloombito when he was saying during Hurricane Sandy that because the power's out and all the white people can't watch Homeland.
Yeah, and so therefore they're irritable.
I thought the first season of that was pretty good, but I don't think it is as good as some people are making it out to be. Because people are universally saying that it's the best show of all time.
Wait, are you saying that someone is hyping something and it?
No.
No.
Yes,
In Mumble? What?
and I think it's everybody that's hyping it, and everybody hyped it to me, and then I was disappointed.
Well, I don't think it's the best show ever made, but I think that it's definitely in the. Obviously, I put it number one on my list here. I think it's worth being in the conversation for being the best show on TV right now.
Well, people are saying it's better than Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad is the best show ever, so that would make Homeland the best show ever. It's math.
Really quick, what's the draw to Homeland? A lot of people tell me to watch it, but no one ever tells me why.
Mystery, intrigue.
Yeah, political, military,
No. I'll
Intrigue.
sum it up. Okay. You know that guy from Band of Brothers who was Captain Winters?
With the little mouth.
He was in it. He's like a really good actor. Also, Claire Danes is crazy.
Have you seen...
But you know how she's crazy and kind of annoying, but they utilize her well.
I like all those
Do you
things.
like Firefly?
There you go.
Yes.
Inara is in it.
Okay.
and she gets naked in the second season.
And
I
the
can
first
dig it.
Did you like Inigo Montoya?
I love Inigo Montoya.
Oh
He's in
shit,
it
that
as
is
well.
her from Firefly. I didn't even recognize that.
I think I should watch this.
At least check
So
it out.
my hacking the system, my hacking the system list. Number 3, fuck I forgot. Number 3, Doctor Who. Number 2, QI. Number 1, Downton Abbey.
these
Oh,
British
I see his
shows?
hacking
Is
the
this
central-
top 3 British?
Yeah, it's all the British shows
Yeah.
that he can't get here.
You can
You
get
can
Doctor
check
Who
it
here.
out.
Well, you can get it,
Why-
but it
It
airs over there.
It airs the same day. It's just a matter of hours.
Yeah, well, but we don't get QI here at all, and there's like a major delay in getting Downton Abbey. It's like right now, we're waiting for Downton Abbey to be aired here, and it's not going to start until like the first week of January. But over in the UK, they're already done with the season.
I just watched this morning. Stephen Bear did a really good sketch where he got Vince Gilligan to let the guys from Downton Abbey act out some upcoming scenes from Breaking Bad using, it's just funny. And it's all because the First Lady got the advanced copy of Downton Abbey, and he was saying that she's, entitled and stuff, so he was going to give his viewers, Breaking Bad. They called it Breaking Abbey.
I would watch that.
I will link it.
Yeah, we'll put that in the show notes.
Let's see. I think we should move on to best new show of 2012. These are shows that actually started in 2012. I don't know if everyone has something for this.
I have more than one.
I'll start. Arrow. Arrow was awesome. You should watch it. It just started this fall. Arrow's great.
I think Arrow would be mine as well.
Arrow would probably be mine if I watched it. I really should.
Oh god, Avent. Let's move on. Anyone else have a show that they want to pimp that came out this year?
I have several. Comedies are back. Go On is really good. The Neighbors is really good.
Pick one.
I can't. Bunheads was really fun, and then The Newsroom. The Newsroom was awesome.
My wife really likes The Newsroom.
I thought you liked the show Girls.
I like it okay, but I still haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Because I remember people talking about that on Mumble. I might be mistaken though. Something else.
Darfox, do you have a new favorite show?
Arrow.
Okay. I didn't hear you. Kenzo, do you have one?
JoJo.
God.
Do you have it's anime? Okay. Totoro.
Elementary.
Really?
I love that show. That is probably really close to bump if it was if we did top fives, it'd probably be 4 or 5.
Can I change my vote?
Okay.
The Green Lantern TV show.
The cartoon? I hear that's good.
Yeah, it's super kind of like simple looking. So like graphically, it's not very impressive, but it's pretty well written, pretty well put together. I'm pretty excited for where it's going next.
I would like to give an honorable mention to Revolution.
Revolution is actually on my biggest disappointment for this year.
Really?
Oh, shit. But before we move to that, Kevin's best new TV show was Awake. Too bad it ended.
I guess it was this year, technically.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Totoro, biggest disappointment?
My biggest disappointment's Revolution, because even though I still watch it and it was just hyped up so much, it's just not as good as I wish it was.
It was hyped up? I thought it was anti-hyped by everyone online.
Well, maybe the advertisements on, what is it, NBC, that it was just so out there, and, I mean, that's, they definitely advertised the hell out of that thing.
Whatever, I saw that trailer and I was like...
The show's not horrible, but like I said, it's just not as good as I wish it was.
But the way that the mid-season ended, the intro was pretty cool. I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty cool.
Anybody else?
Was this one Miss Stone most disappointing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, New Girl. Definitely New Girl.
You were looking forward to that show?
I like that actress. What's her face? Zooey Deschanel. Oh god, she is insufferable in that show. Yeah.
Really? I actually I like that show because it's kind of light and bubbly and
it's too
fun,
light and bubbly
and it's just I think it's funny. I actually look forward to it a bit. Because it gives me a chance to just kind of unwind and relax, and
it has its moments. It's not a bad show. It's just I was just disappointed by it.
I'd like to kick in that Totoro and I usually watch New Girl after we've watched a heavy episode of Parenthood or Homeland.
Oh God, Parenthood!
Oh, you're right.
I can give my most disappointed.
Because both of those shows are kind of heavy. You need something to kind of pick you up afterward. So we usually save New Girl for after watching a heavier show.
Mr. X, you can't choose Prometheus as your TV show.
I wasn't going to. I was going to pick Homeland. Because
that's just based on, like, recommendations, right?
Yep.
It was hyped up for you. But you don't think it's bad?
No, it's not bad.
Oh, man, I still have Kevin's recommendation for a most disappointing TV show, Spartacus.
I think his expectations were unrealistic. They lost half.
Has the show just really
actors.
Gone downhill?
No, it started out kind of not the greatest, but then it picked up and it ended pretty strongly. It may have had one of the best episodes in the series so far.
Wait, is this still ongoing?
Yeah.
But the main guy, he passed away, right?
Yeah, then last season they had a new actor play him. That is why I don't understand why his expectations were so high. And also, they lost Batiotis because that character died. And that character was the best character on that show. By far.
The noble house of Batiotis by Jupiter's cock.
By Jupiter?
If you guys, they say that constantly on that show.
Oh, so it's like when you're playing Team Fortress and it does the auto thing.
No.
Great Zeus's balls.
Kind of. Say it all the time.
Nad shackles.
Leathers.
I don't really have a most disappointing TV show because I didn't watch that much TV. Dark Fox, do you have one?
No, I've been thinking not really.
I have
I can recall certain episodes of things that I did not like, but not much else.
I have a biggest surprise that it's actually good. That's
what was that?
Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh God, it is so good this week.
I don't know if I'd say it's so good, but it's the best season since the John
but it's
Lithgow
so much
season.
better.
But yeah, compared to the last two seasons, yes, this is way better.
Yeah, that John Lithgow Trinity Killer season.
That was the best season.
Probably, it's probably one of my favorite seasons of any show that I've ever watched. I mean, I really enjoyed that, and it has finally gotten around to being.
But then
really,
Dexter
really
started acting dumb and falling for really obvious things in the last episode I watched.
Yeah, I can kind of go with that. When I finally put that together, I was like, oh God,
Admiral Akbar could have caught that one.
It was like I tweeted after I watched it. If Dexter is supposed to be so smart, why does he keep acting so stupid?
It's a trap.
It's all part of the plan.
The end game.
That might be it for TV, and that actually might wrap it all up.
Did you not want to do the In Memoriam? Because I seriously have like the best In Memoriam ever.
I have one.
Yeah, I guess like the last thing that we'll do.
Well, wait, you have a most disappointing thing that you've had? Or
not really. I don't really watch much new TV.
So what's?
I thought we were gonna have a freeform bit.
Star Fox, you weren't disappointed by Star Trek, Deep Space Nine?
That's what I wanted to mention.
Just like stuff that you watched this year?
Yeah.
For a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, sorry to cut you off, MrsTotoro, but I'll try to do this quick. I watched like all of Star Trek, the original series, and Deep Space Nine this year, and Star Trek's amazing. There's some really good stories in that, and I really want to have a Kodus cast with Kenzo and Ronnie about just Deep Space Nine, and I'm not sure if Totoro has actually seen Deep Space Nine, all of it.
No.
Okay, well, whatever. If you want to see on the Kodus cast, there's always one waiting for you, MrsTotoro.
I appreciate it.
You know, speaking of Star Trek, I'll say I was super surprised that I liked Enterprise.
You always like mentioning that.
Yeah, I like Enterprise.
Yeah. I'm more surprised that he thought Emissary was that boring, which is the first episode for Deep Space Nine. But let it be clear that like the first season of Deep Space Nine isn't great, and from the second season it picks up and it becomes like really great, exciting television with a lot of great characters.
I might pick it up.
Yeah,
I watched. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead. I wasn't going to mention anything important.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say, because I remember watching Emissary when it aired and thinking, okay, this works. I can watch this. And then at a certain point, it just, I don't know. The first season just didn't do anything for me.
It kind of droops.
And I would. Yeah, and I kind of watch. I'll watch one every now and again. Like I know that my dad and my brother both really like it. And I'm pretty sure it's my brother's favorite Star Trek series. And if it isn't, then he will let me know. I tell you, every time we do a show, if there's something that he wants to chime in on with me. It's like the other week when we were talking about, like the Lynx was brought up. He sent me a text message and said, I'll have you know, I still own a Lynx. But he'll definitely let me know if that's not the case. But, for me, personally, I'm like an original series and Next Generation guy.
There was an episode... No, go ahead.
I was saying, he'll be like, Totoro, I don't think so.
There was an episode of Supernatural where they started talking about Star Trek, and then one of the characters like, don't ask me, I've only seen DS9.
So
Supernatural people like Star Trek, so you should watch Supernatural.
Well, one of the cool things about Deep Space Nine is I didn't realize this. Well, I kind of realized it, but I didn't realize until I started watching the special features, and they straight up said it. But it's a show about male bonding. There's a lot of like great like buddies in the show. And a lot of people who they weren't friends originally, but they become good friends. So there's a bunch of great parents in the show. That's one of my favorite things.
And even the ladies who have friends is really actually secretly male bonding, like Dax. Dax was once a dude. That's where their friendship comes from.
The Dax and Cisco is probably the original buddy group, but then later on, they work with a lot more people, and like Garrick and Julian. So cool stuff. Deep Space Nine.
I think Dakazu wants to end it.
I'm really fucking tired.
Right. Real quick, this year we lost a few shows, we lost a few people. I was really starting to get into Pan Am. I'm really sad that they cut that off pretty quickly. I was pleased, however, with how Weed's in-house ended. And sadly, Paula will no longer be doing recipes with butter and sugar because of diabetes.
She got the diabetes.
That is shocking news.
Check your blood sugar.
Shocking.
Check it often.
Indeed.
No more
I have an In Memoriam. I would like to say goodbye. It's been nice knowing you to THQ. They're not technically dead yet.
Fuck
as,
you, Apath.
As of the 15th.
Shut up. Someone mute him.
Someone's gonna buy him. Don't worry.
Someone mute him.
Don't.
Thank you. Seriously.
There's no way.
You'll be unmuted in a second.
There's no way that THQ's games don't come out. The ones that are currently in development.
If it doesn't come out, I'm gonna track down where Apan lives. I'm gonna go punch him in the throat.
We also need to say goodbye to gamer favorite Hostess Snacks.
Twinkies.
I think Company of Heroes will come out regardless, so don't worry.
Twinkies.
I'm talking about Metro Last Light.
You said Hostess Snacks.
Someone's gonna buy him. Don't worry.
South Park game.
Stick of Destiny?
Yeah, it's the truth.
That's THQ.
It's THQ.
Oh.
I would like to give a quick in memoriam to Silco Knights, because even though they fucked up like incredibly bad, back in Eternal Darkness is still one of my favorite games.
But everything that's happened to them is all their fault.
Yeah, it's so weird.
True. I do prefer Twin Snakes to the original Metal Gear Solid. Maybe I'm just a graphics whore, but
maybe you're just a regular
have
whore.
problems with your face.
Metal Gear got brought up on this podcast, huh?
Yes, it did several times.
What I was gonna say is like if you look at their unfinished projects, like almost all of it has cool art and it looks like an interesting idea. They just fucking didn't manage their studio right, and they fucked everything up with. It seemed like Dennis Dyack fucked it up.
Politics.
Too Human is the worst fucking game that I'd ever played. Honest to God, if I ever meet Dennis Dyack, I may feel the need to berate him in a very loud manner and use as many like consecutive like nickel and or quarter words that I can think of. It's like, okay, you that fucking game, I hate you sorry sack of shit. That is the worst fucking game I have ever seen. And oh my God, how in the fuck do you think that you're gonna make money when you make a goddamn game like that?
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not getting a key for my game when it comes out.
You just kind of slide around in that game.
I'd like
it's so
I'd like to
horrible.
say
Oh my God,
rest in peace to the DS and the PSP. Both of those were very good machines, and I had a lot of fun with them. And now we're firmly into like the next gen of those little portable consoles.
Portables.
And I still maintain that I honestly think that like that's where the future of console gaming lies.
In handhelds?
No, I could dig it.
I mean,
You're high.
I mean, you look at the Wii U. That's what the Wii U is. It's kind of like a cross between the two. Because like
so you mean a tablet?
No.
Yeah, I could.
You need
I could totally dig a
actual buttons to play games, man.
You can plug a tablet into a TV and then use a wireless controller.
No, that's all way too complicated. I wanted to stick a game into a slot, and I just want it to work. I want there to be buttons, and the PS Vita and the 3DS both do a pretty good job of that.
I don't think a lot of people agree with you in this age of smartphones doing so many things.
That's because people are crazy.
Tablets.
I love my buttons, but I totally agree with you there that I think even the future of computing is going to be tablets that dock with your screen, that dock with a home base, and you just plug it in and now it's your computer.
There's no standards for that, so it's never going to catch on and be like really awesome in the same way that like you had a PS2 that played everything, or you had a NES that played everything.
But there's no standards for PC games, and yet we still have tons of great PC games.
You have tons of great PC games because consoles saved PC games.
Maybe. And won't that continue?
We'll see. We'll see how things happen. But this is an entirely different conversation.
It is.
Dakazu.
What?
Did you want to say something about mangas you were reading real fast?
Man, my brain won't even work. Best new manga that I read, it actually came out last year, it's fucking Haikyuu. I don't know. I can't really think, because the problem with manga is I read stuff that did not necessarily start this year. That's my problem.
That's fine.
Kenzo, what's your favorite like comic? Speaking of like manga and stuff.
Oh god, either Red Hood and the Outlaws or Green Lantern Corps. I love Red Hood.
Standard Green Lantern.
It's yeah, actually, because Green Lantern Corps, they're actually like doing like you have a bunch of Green Lanterns working in concert together, and they're out doing things in outer space. And the Green Lantern issue itself is just kind of like, here's Hal Jordan, and now here's Baz, and they're their own kind of like a lot smaller adventures. I don't think they're as good.
There's the new Green Lantern. He has a gun, right?
He's cool, but so far his comic hasn't been. Also, Guy Gardner is the best Green Lantern.
Hell yeah.
Any other In Memoriams or any final things that you want to
Well, when's this gonna air?
Probably this may be our New Year's Day podcast.
Yeah,
okay then.
If we're still here and alive,
the end of the world, so the whole world
happens,
because the world's gonna end the 21st.
Yep, rest in peace, the world.
I have something to do on the 21st, and if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be pissed as all fuck.
No, you're fine on the 21st. It's just the 22nd.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I will be okay with this.
Okay.
You'll be okay with everybody dying.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of the end of the world. Bring it on, bitches.
You're gonna fight Quetzalcoatl?
Something like that.
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl.
That's cute.
Wait, did you just mispronounce Quetzalcoatl?
Maybe.
Well, let's be
How
honest,
could
we're
you?
all probably mispronouncing it, but that's an especially egregious one.
No, it's Quetzalcoatl.
I mean, you know what I
I
mean.
just pronounce it the way I heard it pronounced on another podcast I listened to.
And with that, I think we're gonna wrap because I am tired.
Thank you for listening to the All Talks podcast.
Yes, thanks for listening this year, everybody. And when we back, it'll be Happy New Year, all that stuff. Or I don't know, maybe it'll be New Year's Eve. I don't give a shit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm tired of shit. Thanks for everyone being on. Listen to other podcasts. Give us emails, whatever.
Twitters.
Whatevs.
That was inspired.
I fucking hate Dennis Dyack.
I love all of you.
Too Human is
Hi,
great.
Let's keep going for
I know.
I would like to apologize for that THQ thing. I didn't know it bugged you that much.
Bye.
Dead or Alive 5 was pretty good.
Oh my god, turn this...
Sentence be forgot and days of old lang syne. For